Hello and welcome to SatTV Week, the news programme for the international satellite industry. This week, Helen Jameson talks to Serge van Herk of Newtec. Brian Dolby interviews Alessandro Pirri, the head of connectivity and FTTX for Prysmian Cables and Systems, at the FTTH conference in Milan. And we have a report on how schoolchildren are benefiting from satellite technology. But first, here's Carrie-Anne with the news headlines.
O3b Networks has signed a global framework agreement with the Etisalat Group, which is one of the largest telecoms companies in the world with more than 100 million customers across the Middle East, Africa and Asia. The agreement will enable any of the group's operating companies to benefit from O3b services under a separate bilateral agreement. The 5-year agreement will see O3b provide mobile backhaul, trunking and next-generation services and establishes O3b as a qualified global supplier that can meet the future growth demands of any of the Etisalat operating companies. CETel is to purchase SeaMobile Europe and hope to conclude the deal by the end of next month. SeaMobile Europe is part of SeaMobile Inc., well known for its broad product portfolio of satellite services covering Geolink, VSAT, Iridium and Inmarsat satellite services for governmental, corporate and maritime businesses. It is a key supplier of satellite-based comms services for NGOs, government institutions, as well as oil and gas and mining companies. With this acquisition, CETel will expand its service portfolio and customer base to consolidate its market position in Africa and the Middle East, as well as in the mobile and maritime business.
Carrie-Anne will be back later with more news. Belgium-based satellite comms company Newtec has been exhibiting at CabSat in Dubai this week. And earlier, Helen Jameson caught up with CEO Serge van Herk and started by asking him about Newtec's Middle East business.
Well, business in the Middle East region is quite strong for Newtec. We have quite some important customers in the region and we're very happy to serve them with our technology. So we've seen over the past years that more and more important customers in the Middle East are using our technologies for providing services in that region.
And you have just announced an extension to the MENAS products and services along with the Arab States Broadcasting Union and Arabsat. Can you tell us more about this, please?
Yes, this is indeed an important extension. We are now providing fast news gathering solutions in high definition on the MENAS platform that is operating in the Middle East by the Arab State Broadcasting Union and by Arabsat. So it's really enabling all the television broadcasters in the region to also take the opportunity to use this new technology, which again is much more cost effective and much more simple to use than any other solution in the market.
And finally, can you tell me if you're launching any new products at CabSat this year?
Well, we do, of course. That is what customers are used to see from Newtec as a technology innovator. We have different new capabilities, new products. One of them is our new Zenith low-rate modem that we are launching at CabSat, but we're also launching new capabilities, for instance, with our Flex ACM technology. So quite some interesting technologies that will help our customers to do their IP transmissions over satellite even more efficient than before.
Serge, thank you very much indeed.
In launch news this week, Arianespace is moving closer to its maiden Vega launch from the spaceport in French Guiana. A test launcher assembly is nearly complete, which will allow testing of the mechanical, electrical and fluid elements of the rocket. The initial 3 stages are filled with an inert material that realistically simulates the solid propellant load for flight-worthy launches in terms of volume and mass. And the next step will be the installation of the payload fairing with a satellite mock-up and payload adapter. Arianespace will take over responsibility for Vega launch facilities at the end of June, with the first operational launch set for the second half of the year. Astrobotic Technology, who NASA awarded a $10 million contract in 2010 for access to the company's engineering data on lunar landing technologies, has signed a contract with SpaceX to launch its robotic payload to the moon on a Falcon 9 rocket. The expedition will search for water and deliver payloads, with the robot narrating its adventure while sending 3D video. The mission could launch as soon as December 2013. The FTTH conference and exhibition in Milan ended on Thursday, and Brian Dolby spoke to Alessandro Pirri, the head of connectivity and FTTX for Prysmian Cables and Systems, about the company's new product launch at the show.
We have developed at the moment a new concept, if you want, to fiber a building, but not following the traditional idea of FTTX, but to feed the SatTV signal from the dish to the different users. It's made by a simple concept that we have been received by one of the main TV players, saying that thanks to, or due to the fact that they have to replace their coax network sometimes, they wanted to make it with fiber, and they just give the simple specification to make a system which can be smaller than the actual coax, including the connector. And with that, they will follow exactly the same scheme. That's why with pieces like the Lego plug and play, we have realized a small cable with a small connector. You see the two different, this is standard FC, and this is the new one. And once you can wire the building from the top to the bottom, you can just have to plug one into the other, and with a simple click, the job is done.
Well, that's amazing. And is the satellite industry something that you are now beginning to look at?
Yes, it's something that we are beginning to look at, and where we are, to be honest, we were not in the past, but we thought that thanks to our experience in this kind of material, the optical passive devices, we accepted the challenge. We accepted the challenge we received, and to be honest, I think we came out with something already fit for use and ready on the market.
So do you see the satellite sector as an area of growth for Prysmian in the future?
I think so. Without being a player in all the system, but for sure in the passive infrastructure, we think is going to be a good opportunity for us.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to talking to you in the future on SatTV Week.
Yeah, thank you, Brian.
Communic Asia 2011. Asia's largest knowledge-based ICT platform is the most recognised one-stop knowledge platform for digital multimedia and entertainment technology.
Now here's James with the report on how schools in remote communities are benefiting from satellite technology.
Delivering a world-class education to children at thousands of schools located in remote communities throughout Guatemala is attainable and affordable. This was the message delivered by Jamie Dickinson, president of Newcom International, to a summit hosted at Campus Tech in Guatemala City. Newcom specialises in bringing connectivity to rural developing communities around the world from its teleport in Miami. The company recently teamed with private contractors and government officials in Colombia to bring high-speed internet access to nearly 2,000 rural schools, hospitals, government offices and businesses scattered throughout the country. Along with providing internet connectivity, Newcom has partnered with education content providers to bundle educational content that supports government curricula throughout Latin America and Africa, providing a complete turnkey solution for countries looking to improve education in rural regions. It is hoped that by sharing the case study of the Colombia project, business and government leaders will understand and visualise the enormous possibilities for Guatemala.
Thank you, James. Sir Martin Sweeting, chairman of Surrey Satellite Technology and a pioneer of some of the smallest and lightest satellites in the world, is set to address the Satellite Forum in Abu Dhabi this May. Tricia Jones has the story.
Now in its third year, the Global Space and Satellite Forum at the Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centre will address issues ranging from life-saving developments in disaster management to the delivery of entertainment media via handheld consumer devices. Speaking about the conference, Sir Martin said that the Middle East region has already demonstrated a keen interest in space-based technologies and that small satellites are at the forefront of space innovation. And he believes that there are great opportunities for the region to benefit from the high-tech commercial opportunities in this growing space sector. Sir Martin is a strong advocate of using high technology as a foundation to develop education, training and industry in emerging countries, believing that using this approach will feed other industries, grow wealth and provide a platform for national and international collaboration and cooperation. Along with many regional speakers, Sir Martin will be joined by Andrew Nelson, COO of US-based Xcore Aerospace, a California-based company focused on the R&D and production of safe, reliable, reusable launch vehicles, rocket engines and rocket propulsion systems.
Thank you, Tricia, and now here's Carrie-Anne with more news.
ISIS, one of the leading internet solution providers operating in the Middle East, has selected ZipLink technology to provide immediate bandwidth optimization improvements to their large customer base. The Saudi Arabian-based network will utilise a variety of ZipLink optimization appliances and software for improved end-user internet performance. With this technology in place, ISIS will see bandwidth throughput increases of more than 4 times. SES World Skies has signed an agreement with Supernet, Pakistan's leading satellite service provider, for high-powered Ku-band transponder capacity on the NSS-6 satellite at the orbital location of 95 degrees east. This capacity will support a large VSAT network for corporate customers in Pakistan. Supernet is already a customer of SES World Skies for 52 MHz of C-band transponder capacity on the NSS-12 satellite, which supports a 60-site GSM backhaul network for one of the leading GSM operators in Pakistan.
Thank you, Carrie-Anne, and that's all for this week. Thank you for watching.